Uh, let's get started. Okay, sip of water. So it's nice to see everybody today. Happy Friday. Weeks are going by fast now. We're going to use a strap today. So again, if you have a yoga strap, then have it attached and connected. And if you don't have a yoga strap and you're just using a belt or a bathrobe belt or a dog leash, whatever you're using, no worries. I'll tell you how to modify throughout the practice. So let's place the strap to the side and we're going to start laying down on your back. So coming into your practice, find a comfortable position to be in. And just take a few moments here to begin to settle in and settle down. You can roll the back of the head left to right, just to ease into the neck. And then when you let the head come back to neutral, keep the neck long and relaxed. Begin to breathe deeper than you normally do. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. Letting the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Soft muscles in the face. Feel the rise and fall of the chest and belly as you breathe. Feel the low back supported by the floor beneath you. And just take a few moments here when you're still at the beginning of the practice to just try to get the mind to quiet down as well as the body and the breath. So bringing your awareness to what you're feeling now and how you're feeling now, especially during this unsettling time in the pandemic. It's really hard to not let your mind wonder what is coming next, or what tomorrow will look like, or next month will look like. I find that harder than ever. Because it's so unknown, my mind just goes crazy thinking about all the possibilities. So it's really important to practice the practice of staying present. Really helps ease anxiety and stress, to practice staying right here and right now. So from here, let's just gently hug the knees into the chest, lifting the tailbone and the low back off the floor so you get a nice stretch in the low back. And then you can rock left to right a little bit. Can make some circles with the knees, maybe in one direction, then the other. And then we're just going to take the feet gently up towards the ceiling. You can support your hands on the back of the legs, keeping the knees slightly bent. And we're just going to point and flex the feet. So deeply pushing forward with the toes and then back with the toes. Getting some nice movement in the ankles. And then make some circles with the feet in one direction and then the other. And then we'll hug the knees back into the chest and then lift the arms up overhead. Nice full breath in. Softening the elbows as much as you need to. Opening the arms as wide as you need to feel supported in the shoulder blades and the back. Just beginning to open up the shoulders, feeling the side body open to the rib cage. Low back is supported. So as you're here, let's start to lift the feet. The backs of the legs might be feeling a little tight, so don't worry if the legs aren't straight. We'll take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's hug the knees into the chest. Forehead to the knees is an option. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees in. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees in. We'll take both feet down to the floor and we'll reach for the strap. So if you have a yoga strap, the buckle is away from you, the tail is going down, the loop is going to go over the head, arms are going to go through, the loop is at your upper back, at the shoulder blades, and the right foot is going in the loop. If you're just using a regular strap, you can just have your hands gently holding on to each end of the strap. Try to relax the arms and shoulders and neck. So as that right foot is in, the leg can go straight or bent. Just have your foot reaching up towards the ceiling. If you're comfortable, you can let the left leg go straight along the floor. That starts to open up the hip flexor. You can let your arms just be out to the sides. And then let's just pause here. So finding that active stretch in the back of the leg, just by pressing the back of the knee forward, pushing the bottom of the foot gently into the strap, heel reaching up. If you need to find more softness, then just soften. Soften the foot and ankle, soften the knee. So you can just see how deep you want to go here. Use the strap for support. It's really good for circulation. Really good for back pain, to have the back down and supported as we work on the hamstring. So just take a few really nice deep breaths here. You can close the eyes. And then just working on that practice of staying right here, focusing on the breath and the body. And then from here, you're going to soften the right knee, and you're just going to start to reach that right leg over to the left. So the right leg is starting to go over to the left. Have a nice soft knee to start. You can put your right hand on the right hip to help anchor it down. The right shoulder stays down. So once you feel that you've eased into a place where you can breathe with ease, then you can maybe let the leg go a little straighter. Maybe not. Maybe this is it. This is the IT band. Get super tight on the outside of the leg. Try to relax around the belly and the hips. Pushing the bottom of the foot into the strap. A nice flexed foot. And then maybe even tilt your toes down and your heel up a little bit. That gets a little bit deeper in the whole outside of that right leg. Once you're here, relax the face, neck and shoulders. And breathe deeply. You can inhale the count of 4. And exhale the count of 4. If you'd like to lengthen your exhale, you can just add an extra count and have your exhale be 5. With a longer exhale, you relax the nervous system just a little bit more. Maybe feel your right hand guiding your right thigh and hip forward and down a little bit to get a little deeper. We'll take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's bring the right foot back to center. Release the foot out of the strap and just hug the knee into your chest. Point and flex the foot, make some circles with that foot. We'll bend the left knee so the left foot comes onto the floor, and we'll find a figure 4 here. So now we're starting to get a little bit more into the hip The outside of the leg, the IT band, connects to the hip and to the low back. So taking your time to ease into all of these areas of the body. Reaching for the back of your left thigh if you can. We're going to draw the left knee into the chest. Gently sway the shape of your legs left to right. And just maybe pause a little bit over to the left, drawing the left knee in towards your shoulder. If you want to feel a little bit more, you can flex your right foot. And just breathe through here. Relaxing the muscles in the face, neck, and shoulders. Able to breathe with ease as we let go of some of that tightness around the hip joint and the low back. Take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's release the hands. Let the left foot come down to the floor. Here we're going to take your right foot, bring it down on the floor also. Both knees are bent. Feet are going to go wide, about mat width apart. Arms are going to reach away from each other. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let both legs drop over to the right. You can turn your head over your left shoulder. Inhale, legs to the center. Exhale, left. You can turn your head to the right. Ease into the back. Really push that right thigh down and away from the hip. And then just continue that a few rounds of your own breath. The inhale coming up, exhale to one side. Really creating a lot of space between the shoulder and the knee. Opening up the rib cage, the low back, even the front of the torso through the belly and chest. And then when you're ready, we'll come back up to center with the legs. Bring the feet a little bit closer together. We'll take the left foot and place it into your strap. The left foot comes in. You can adjust your strap if it's at your shoulder blades or if you're gently holding with your hands. Ease in. Soft bend in the knee is fine, especially when you're just easing into the hamstring. We're going to let the right leg go straight along the floor if you can. If that doesn't feel good for the back, then you can keep it bent for more support. You can just be here and relax, or you can take the pose a little bit more active by pushing the foot into the strap, flexing the foot, the heel reaching up, toes pulling back. Maybe trying to get the left leg to go a little straighter. So you don't want to pass your edge. You want to find the place where you feel something. It's a little bit uncomfortable. There's no pain, but you can feel that tightness. And then once you're there, that's where you pause and let go and breathe. Let that pose just settle. And then the guidance from your breath will help the nervous system relax, will help that muscle soften and release. So just continue to breathe. Take one more nice deep breath in here. As you exhale, let's soften the left knee. The left hand comes onto the left hip. Left foot starts to reach over to the right. Try to keep the left hip and the left shoulder down. Once you're here and you can start to relax around the hips and belly, then maybe you can straighten the left leg a little bit more. Maybe you flex the left foot and tilt the left toes down, heel reaching up. And then breathe. So often when I come into this IT band stretch, it almost takes my breath away. It's hard to breathe. because it is so tight for me. So that's the work here. You come into the pose, find your edge, and then try to relax and melt into it. Just breathe with ease, just like at the beginning of the practice. We'll take one more full breath in here. And then as you exhale, bring the leg back to center. We'll let the foot come out of the strap. Bend the left knee, hug it into the chest. Point and flex the left foot, make some circles with the ankle. And then we'll bend the right knee, right foot comes onto the floor, figure 4. Reaching for the back of your right thigh, interlace your hands, draw the right knee into the chest. A gentle sway left to right. Taking the time to pause over to the right. Drawing the right knee in towards the right shoulder. For a lot of people, we carry a lot of tension in the hips. Stress, anxiety, even depression can sometimes manifest in the hips. So these hip openers are not only really important physically to create space around the hip joint, around the sciatic nerve, releasing the low back, but also can be really healthy emotionally, nice mood lifters to release some of that anxiety and tension and stress. Always flex the left foot if you'd like, or you can leave it relaxed. Soften through the neck and shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's bring the leg back to center. Release the hands. Right foot comes down. Left foot comes down. Feet go wide. Arms out to the sides. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, we'll drop to one side. You can drop to the right or left, doesn't matter. You can turn your head over the opposite shoulder. Inhaling back to center, exhaling to the other side. So you can let the legs fall as far as you'd like. You don't have to go too far if it feels too much on the back, but really getting into the hip flexor and the low back, even opening up around the belly, opening through the chest, staying grounded down through the back and shoulders. And then from here, we'll come back to center, hug the knees into the chest, and let's take 3 breaths together. So we're going to inhale through the nose as the arms reach up and back and the feet lift, and then exhale out of the mouth. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Option to lift your forehead to the knees. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. From here, we're going to make our way up to sit. So you can either rock front to back or roll to one side. And we'll come up to seated. If you would like to have a little extra support, you can put a folded blanket or a pillow or a cushion under your seat, towards the back of your seat, so that the pelvis tilts forward a bit, gets you nice and tall in the spine. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together here. Hands are going to come onto the shins. Inhale, we're going to lift the chin, press the chest forward, and then exhale, hold on with your hands, tuck the chin, pull the belly in, really round the back. Inhale, lift the chin and open. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lift the chin, press the chest forward. And exhale, pull back. Here we're gonna inhale, come up nice and tall. We'll take the hands with you. Hands are reaching up, wrists are shoulder width apart. Nice and tall in the spine, shoulders are relaxed. We're gonna hinge forward as if you're trying to hand something to somebody way out in front. And then we're gonna drop the hands down. You can hold on to the feet or ankles, let the head hang heavy. Release through the neck, shoulders and upper back. You can sway your head left to right. You can sway your whole torso left to right. Just releasing the back, lengthening the back, opening up the inner thighs and the outer thighs. We'll come back to center here. Inhale, just lengthen your crown of the head forward, and then exhale, go a little bit deeper down. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, lengthen your head forward, the crown of the head forward, and then exhale, melt the chest down. One more time. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, let the head hang down. And then slowly and gently, we'll make our way up. We'll bring the feet together, knees together, and we'll transition to hands and knees. So you can move your strap to the side. You don't need that right now. Feel free to put a blanket under your knees if you need a little extra cushion or support. So we're gonna come on to hands and knees. Wrists are underneath the shoulders or a little bit in front. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Index finger pointed forward. Knees under your hips. We're gonna curl the toes under. As you inhale, gently drop the belly, soft elbows, open through the chest and lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the chin, push the arms straight, round the back, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, soften the elbows, lift the chin, and exhale, tuck the chin, push the floor away, round the back, tops of the feet press. One more time, nice and slow and controlled. Curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin, and exhale. Tuck the chin, round the back, tops of the feet press down. This time you're gonna inhale, drop the belly, lift, and then exhale, push the hips back towards your heels, and pause here. So the knees are still where they are, they're parallel. Hips are sinking back towards the heels. Hands are way out in front. Tent your hands so the pads of your fingers are pressed down and the undersides of your hands are hollowed out. You can keep your neck neutral with the crown of the head forward and your ears by your upper arms, or you can drop the forehead down, sinking low, getting deep into the shoulders and the shoulder blades. If that's too much, you can always drop the palms and drop the forearms. Pause here. Feel the connection with your breath and the pose. Take a nice full deep breath in as you rise back up onto hands and knees. Coming to neutral spine, we're going to take the right foot, send it back, lifted hip height. So the right foot is lifted, belly is drawn in, then we're going to lift the left hand towards the front of the room. So the belly is in strong. Your center of gravity and your center of balance is centered between your right shoulder and your left hip. So try not to lean on one or the other. You're right in the middle, pulling the belly in. We'll take a nice deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, the left hand comes down to the floor. Your right hand is going to step up between, your right foot, is going to step up between your hands. So you're just going to pause here for a moment. Taking a nice full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. Getting a little bit deep into your left hip flexor here. We're going to build a little strength in the thighs by curling the left toes under and lifting the left knee. If that's too much, you can bring your left knee down to the floor. If you have blocks or you need a little more support, you can have your hands on the blocks. Otherwise, maybe tenting your fingertips might be enough. The left hand is going to stay where it is. The right knee is going to stay right over the right ankle. Right hand comes onto the right hip. Turn your belly to the right. Rib cage to the right. Open up that right shoulder and take the right hand up towards the ceiling. I'm just going to pause here for a moment. Really drawing your right hip in. Left knee can be on the floor if you need to. Shoulders are away from the ears. Neck is long. Crown of the head is reaching away from your tailbone. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring your right hand down. The left knee comes down. Take a full breath in as you drop your hips and lift the chin. And then exhale. Keep your hands where they are and just pull your hips back. Let the head drop. Right leg does not need to go straight. Inhale, hips forward and down. Lift through the chin. And exhale, pull the hips back. Inhale, lift through the chin, drop the hips, and exhale, pull back. Okay, from here, hands are going to go flat. You're going to take your right foot, reach it all the way back, toes down. We're going to pivot onto your left hand. So moving your left foot to the left, roll to the arch of your right foot, lift the right hand up towards the ceiling. So again, opening up the chest, the rib cage. Hips are stacked. If you'd like to lift your right foot, you can. If you'd like to cross your left ankle in front of your right, you can. So draw the belly in. Breathe with ease. You can always have that left knee down. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, the right hand comes down. Both knees come down. A little bit wider than the hips. Big toes touch. Hips sink down. Forehead drops down. You can let your hands rest by your ankles, the tops of your feet. The tops of your hands, can rest by your ankles and feet. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. Let your breath flow with ease. Ground down through the forehead, the shins, the tops of the feet. Lengthen through the spine. We'll take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we'll come back up onto hands and knees. Bringing the knees back to being parallel. Hands are spread nice and wide. Fingers spread nice and wide. We'll take 3 really slow, controlled breaths together. So you visualize riding the wave of your breath, starting from the feet and ending with the crown of the head. So as you inhale, curl the toes under. Follow the breath, drop the belly. Soft elbows, open the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the chin, push the floor down, round the back, tops of the feet pressed down. 2 more like that. Inhale, opening up the front of the body nice and slow. And exhale, rounding, getting into the back body. One more time, inhaling. Maybe you shift the weight forward a little bit. And then as you exhale, maybe you shift the weight back a little bit. And then we'll come back to neutral. The left foot is going to go straight back, lifted, hip height. Toes are pointed down, belly draws in. As the right hand reaches towards the front of the room, find your balance. So kind of sway left so you're feeling more on your left hand. Sway right so you're feeling more on your right hip. And then find neutral. Find the center. Really pull in through the belly. You're strengthening the muscles that support your spine and your back. Upper shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, right hand comes down, left foot steps up. So the left foot steps forward, up between the hands. We're just going to pause here. If you want to use blocks, you can. If you want to tent your fingertips, you can. Just try to keep the left shoulder over the left knee, over the left ankle. We're going to curl the right toes under, lift the right knee if you can. So we're just feeling really strong and powerful here. We're strengthening the muscles that are going to support that knee joint, the hip joint. So it's important to have these strong muscles in the legs to protect the joints. And then the left hand comes to the hip. Turn your belly, rib cage, and chest to the left. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. And then just hold here and breathe. So without holding the breath, we're finding a pose that takes a lot of strength, some balance, some flexibility, some energy. So just try to be right here and breathe with ease. Beautiful. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the left hand down. The right knee comes down. Relax the right foot. Inhale, drop the hips. Open up through the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, draw back. Round the back, let the head hang. Good, inhale, hips drop. Chest lifts and opens. Exhale, pull back. One more time, just like that. Inhale, hips drop, chin lifts. Exhale, pull back. From here, you're going to drag your left foot all the way back. Toes are down on the floor behind you. We'll pivot the right foot to the right. Roll to the arch of your left foot. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. So pause right here. Now we're strengthening the muscles through the arm and shoulder and the hip here, keeping the belly strong and engaged. If you'd like to lift your left foot, you can, or the left foot can stay down. Right ankle can cross in front of the left ankle. Hips lift, shoulders are relaxed, neck is lengthened, and you're able to breathe. So we find a shape to put our body in that's requiring a lot. Balance, strength, flexibility, and then find that easy breath. not that easy, but find the easy breath. Full breath in, and then as you exhale, left hand comes down, both knees come down. They can come narrow this time. Let your hips sink back. Tops of the hands can rest by your feet if you'd like. You can rock your hips left to right. You can flex the wrists, make circles. Let the forehead be grounded down. Breathe deeply. Check in. See what you're feeling, how you're feeling. Trying to keep that nice, peaceful, quiet mind throughout the practice. So that maybe later in the day you can tap into that present feeling, that feeling of being present when the mind starts to race. Okay, from here, hands forward, hands and knees, forearms down. I think you know where we're going. This is a very important pose to have a strong core that really protects the back. So forearms are down, hands are parallel. We're going to take the right foot, step it back, toes down. Left foot, step it back, toes down. Knees can come down if you need to. Pause here. Draw the belly in and up. Find that inner strength. So we need inner strength. We need strength. Physical strength, emotional strength. So spending a little time on your mat, practicing something that requires us to dig deep, find that strength deep in the core. And we're building on that strength. Continue to breathe. Using the muscles around the spine, use the muscles in the front of the body, the sides, near your rib cage, draw those in. We're going to do a really hard transition here. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor, lift into a plank pose. Lift the hips as if you're in a downward dog, and then walk your hands back to your feet. If that did not work smoothly for you, don't worry. Come join us hanging in a forward bend. You can hold on to opposite elbows. You can sway left to right. And then slowly walk the hands up the legs. And we'll make our way up to stand. I'm just going to adjust my camera so my head is not cut off. Okay. Whew. It's muggy in here. Okay. Hands at the heart center, feet about hip width apart. 3 breaths together. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, arms reach out and down. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, out and down. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, arms reach out and down. Okay, this time, both arms reach up. Left hand holds on to the right wrist. Shoulders relax down. Feet are hip width apart, grounding down into both feet. We're going to side lean over to the left. Relax the shoulders, opening up the space around the lungs, expanding through the rib cage, relaxing the shoulders. This is a really nice exercise to condition the lungs. So finding that deep breath as you're expanding over to the side. We're going to inhale, come up. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Right hand holds on to the left wrist. Side lean over to the right. Soft elbows, shoulders are away from the ears. Try not to collapse over here on the right side of the body. Keep it open. Evenly pressing down with both feet. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, release the arms. Okay, so we're going to come into a deep forward bend stretch, which is actually really going to be good for your IT bands and your opening up the low back around your sciatic nerve. And you can take it as deep as you'd like. So we're going to take the right foot, cross it over the left. So the right ankle crosses over the left ankle. So your legs are crossed. We're going to take the hands behind your back, interlace the hands, and open up the shoulders. Draw the belly in. Feel like you want to push the fronts of your thighs forward. And then we're going to hinge from the hips. Now maybe you just go about halfway forward. You'll start to open up the low back, maybe feel something in the right IT band. Pausing here. If you'd like to hinge deeper, you can. Feeling maybe the outside of the right leg, you can push the ball mound of your big toe of the right foot down a little bit more. Getting a nice shoulder stretch as well as the back and IT. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release the hands. Soft knees as you roll up. Keeping the legs crossed for a moment. Ground down through your left foot. Slowly, you're going to lift the right knee and hug the right knee into your chest. Or just lift the right knee. Your hands are going to clasp around the front of your right knee. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Balancing on the left foot. From here, you're going to release the right hand. Your left hand is going to reach over and hold on underneath your right thigh at the knee. Your right hand can stay on the right hip to start. Turn your belly to the right. Rib cage to the right. Shoulders to the right. See if you can take your right hand and reach it all the way back behind you. Maybe you take your gaze and try to look at your right thumb. Pause here and breathe. Coming back to center. Hold on to the front of your knee again. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, let that right foot down. Shake out the left leg. And then we're going to switch sides. Left ankle crosses over the right. When you take your hands behind your back, whichever thumb you had on top, switch the grip by moving each finger over one. So it's your non-habitual thumb on the top. Press the knuckles down, open up the chest, relax the shoulders. Start to hinge forward, reaching the crown of the head forward. Try to have a flat back. If you're halfway, you can stay right here. If you want to go further, you can let the crown of the head drop down. You can reach your knuckles up. So we're finding some balance here, flexibility, strength, breathing with ease, staying right here. Press the big toe ball mound of your left foot down into the floor. Open up the low back. From here, we'll release the arms. Use the support on your thighs to come up with soft knees. We're going to lift the left knee. Interlace your hands in front of the left knee, right below the knee at the shin. Spine is nice and tall. We'll take the right hand and just move it to the outside of the left leg. So you're holding the leg up and starting to turn the torso in a twist, but keeping the hips facing forward. So the belly turns to the left, the rib cage turns to the left hand reaches back behind you. Use the resistance of your right hand pushing the left leg so it's center, not opening. If you want to turn your gaze to your left thumb, you can. And then we're going to slowly come back to center, holding on in front of the knee with clasped hands. Nice and tall. Take a full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let the left foot go. Shake out the right. Shake out both legs. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, soft knees, dive down. Hands are going to come to the floor. You're going to step your right foot back, drop the knee. Step the left knee back next to the right. We're going to pivot both feet over to the right. Walk your hands back to the knees and then roll onto your left hip. We're going to send the legs to the front. So we're seated. Knees are bent. Feet are on the floor in front of you. Spine is nice and tall. Pause here. So just pausing. So we're going to lean back. Take the hands behind you so the fingertips are pointed towards the front of the room. Shoulders are going to open. Chest is going to lift. Pause here. You can open up the feet to be about hip width apart. If you want to go a little deeper, you can lift your seat. Lift the hips so you're in a reverse table. Opening up and strengthening the shoulders. And if you want to go deeper than that, legs can go straight out in front and you can lift into a reverse plank. Whatever feels better for you. Pause, take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly lower down and make your way onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking left to right. Maybe sway, making circles. Side to side. From here, we're going to let both feet come down to the floor. Hands are going to come by your sides. Knees are bent. Heels are going to draw into your seat so they get a little bit closer to your seat. Slow your breath down. Let it be deep and even. let's add some movement. As you inhale, arms are going to float up and back, hips are going to lift. As you exhale, arms come forward and down, hips come down. Again, inhale, lift. So the arms just lift and float back, hips lift. Exhaling, arms come down, hips come down. And just do 3 more like that on your own breath. Inhale, inflating the lungs, floating up like a balloon. And then as you exhale, you just float back down to the ground. Inhaling to feel light and open. Exhaling back down to feel grounded and supported. One more time. Inhale. Create space in the front of the body. And then exhale. Completely support the back of the body. Draw the knees into the chest. We'll find happy baby or modified. So you're either holding on to the outsides of your feet or your ankles or underneath the knees. Feel the shoulders move away from the ears. The neck is long. The spine is supported and grounded. Releasing any last bit of tightness or tension in the hips. Take one more deep breath in and a full breath out. And then we'll transition to dead bug. Feet lift up towards the ceiling. Hands reach up towards the ceiling. Relaxed wrists, hands, and fingers. Relaxed knees, ankles, feet. Eyes are closed. Just take a moment to pause here. This is so good for circulation and your lymphatic system. So breathe with ease. Take one more deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, hands float down, feet float down, and find Shavasana. So a final relaxation pose on your mat, using any support or props that you might need. Try to have the palms facing up so the fingertips are not touching anything. Take a nice full deep breath in through the nose. Exhale completely out of the mouth. And then let your breath return to normal. Slow and steady and even. Relaxing the muscles in the face. Relax the jaw. Feel the rise and fall of your chest and belly as you breathe. Taking in through all of your senses what you're feeling and experiencing right now in this space, in this moment. What you feel, what you hear. mouth, and letting the eyes be softly closed. Try to let this feeling of your practice have a lasting imprint, so that later in the day or through the weekend, if you feel as though your emotions are starting to spiral or get to be too much, bring it back to right here and right now. Begin to move the fingers and the toes. You can let your head roll from side to side. You can gently bring one foot to the floor so the knee is bent, then the other foot to the floor so that knee is bent. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, draw one knee into the chest and then the other. You can gently roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. And then you can use your top hand to press yourself up to come to sit. We'll take the right hand over your heart, the left hand over your right hand. And remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here on this planet with each other, we're here for each other. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste. Hope you have a great day, great weekend.